Hello again. I am no follower of football, but nevertheless I distinctly remember this country winning the World Cup in 1966 with a team which was entirely composed of white British players. Now, however, a strange museum founded by a peculiar woman called Barbara Roche, of whom I have no doubt some viewers have heard, is claiming that without immigration Britain would have no chance at all of winning the cup. In the description to this video, I give a link to this extraordinary claim, which is made by the Migration Museum, based in the London district of Lewisham. The grounds for making such a statement are that many of the current team have ancestry which lies outside Britain. 70% of the team seemingly have parents or grandparents born abroad. And there is a poster attached to this thing, which you'll see if you click on the link, reading, "England doesn't win without immigration." I think I can safely leave viewers to spot for themselves the absurdity of this idea, which seems to be that white countries were unable to field good football teams before the advent of mass immigration from Africa and the Caribbean. Barbara Roche was Minister of State for Asylum and Immigration in Tony Blair's first administration, and was very enthusiastic for ramping up levels of immigration to this country to hitherto unseen levels. Indeed, some would call her the architect of the wave of mass migration which engulfed Britain at the beginning of this century. She was one of the first to talk about the ageing population, showing the need for huge numbers of immigrants, and also of their economic benefit in filling shortages and plugging gaps in the labour market. She has said publicly that her commitment to this aim was tied in with the fact that she was Jewish, which is slightly odd. She said that my being Jewish informs me totally, informs my politics. I understand the otherness of ethnic group. Great one too for multiculturalism, by the way. Her Jewishness is of a slightly unusual kind, her father being Ashkenazi and her mother Sephardi. I will hazard a guess and say this might have given her some kind of identity problem, two communities being very different. Readers may care to check out some of Israel Zangwill's writings on this, for instance his novel King of Schnorrers, to get a feel for what I'm talking about. But I digress. Anyway, after having wrought as much mischief as she was able, which, since she was Minister for Immigration and Asylum, was a considerable amount, she left Parliament and set up the Migration Museum. This institution generates propaganda in favour of immigration, like the latest idiotic pronouncement. If there is one person in Britain who has played a key role in the predicament in which now we find ourselves, Barbara Roche is that person.